It's still good morning, Anambra. Welcome. And this time around, we'll be talking election postponement. Nigerians react. Nigerians woke up to a shocker of their lives on Saturday, and people have continued to react over the incidents of election postponement that came early that morning. To be precise, around between 2 and 3 a.m. That was when it happened. So we call it morning. And today on Good Morning Anambra, we'll be looking at how Nigerians have continued to react, the effect it had on the economy, and of course the way forward. In the studio this morning, we have two gentlemen to help us look at this topic. Elder Eloka Okafu, PM Community Empowerment Network. Elder, you're welcome. What is PM, Elder?
It's Program Manager.
All right, Program Manager.
Yes,
you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
We also have Comrade Choka Uzezie. Comrade Choka Uzezie is a lecturer at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. Comrade, glad to have you in the studio.
Viewers, good morning and welcome to the show.
All right, let's begin, Uzezie, with asking, what was your reaction when you first heard the news of this election postponement?
I would just tell you, frankly, I was embarrassed, shocked, and I said, this is it. Because I tell you, Nigerians are already tired of the kind of, the way the outside world views us. The issue of integrity, in fact, is to boost this integrity of Nigerians and documents and issues or materials coming from Nigeria, that Nigerians opted for Muhammad Buhari as our president. We know that Nigeria is corrupt in everything. So now we opted for a person who will help us boost our image. And now, just few hours to accreditation, not valid up to 3 hours. This national disgrace. I tell you, he just killed it and killed me. If there's any element of patriotism left in me,
you're here now.
I'm here, but in spirit, the body is dead. So the issue is that they killed that's the remaining element of patriotism in me, and it became: will there ever be Nigeria again? That is the question.
Painful.
Will there ever be a Nigeria again?
All right, quickly, Eloka, how does it feel, hearing the announcement?
Well, personally, I was very much disappointed, and I felt sorry for my country, Nigeria. Very, very sorry for Nigeria. Because how can we just prepare an election only to postpone the election? The date of this election has been known 1 year before now. All the preparations started 1 year before now. I mean, we cannot prepare election only to postpone the election.
The same way you were, thrown off balance, you were frustrated, there were doubts in your mind. The same way majority of Nigerians, actually felt that way. Now, what do you really think this has written in the minds of average Nigerian Teloka?
The inscription is clear and is visible on the forehead of every Nigerian. We are beginning to doubt the competence of the chairman of INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu. Personally, I began to doubt his competence. That is number one. Number two, I begin to imagine if actually there is genuine commitment and intention to conduct
elections,
a free, fair, transparent, and credible election. Because you cannot promise the entire global community that you are ready, only for you to demonstrate that you are not ready. It's a simple lie. The man just told a lie.
Can lie be simple?
He cannot. I just want to classify with that adjective because to him, he felt that it's a simple matter. Just let us tell them that logistics. What is logistics? How do you define logistics in this context? Before now, we are told that the sensitive materials have been distributed to states and they are waiting at the CBN. We are told that the unsensitive materials have been distributed to the local government council areas. We have told that the card readers have been, everything about card readers has been done, that PVCs have been prepared, distributed, and all that. Only for, on the day of election, you told us logistics. Now, what is logistics in this context? So to him, I give it to him, he told a simple lie.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Do you think INEC is truly independent? Because considering what has happened, would you say INEC is truly independent?
Anybody who has the gray matter up there knows that nobody, no institution in Nigeria is really independent. And if we truly want to achieve institutional independence, then we go back to true federalism. That way, you can be sure. Alternatively, even as it is, I think there should be a clause to the present electoral law that they seek to, amend. Let there not be a single individual in charge of INEC. Let's have, an electoral college, and then instead of one chairman, we have a governing board. Without a chairman, it must be a consensus opinion. If there's a tie, they find another way to break the tie. But one thing I want to point out, going back to the question you posed for him, there will be a surprise next weekend. That is if the elections we hold. Nigerians have reached the breaking point, and they're going to bounce back in a way that will surprise the political class.
All right, cool. Let's just hold it there. Let's bring to you the INEC response as regarding to the postponement last Saturday. We'll be right back.
Elections, the Commission came to the conclusion that proceeding with the election as scheduled is no longer feasible. Consequently, the Commission has decided to reschedule the Presidential and National Assembly elections to Saturday, 23rd February 2019. Furthermore, the Governorship, State House of Assembly, and Federal Capital Territory Area Council elections are rescheduled to Saturday, 9th March 2019. This will afford the Commission the opportunity to address identified challenges in order to maintain the quality of our elections. This was a difficult decision for the Commission to take, but necessary for the successful delivery of elections and the consolidation of our democracy. The Commission will meet with key stakeholders to update them on this development at 2 p.m. on Saturday, 16th February 2019.
Good to have you back. Well, you actually heard where the INEC chairman himself, Mahmoud, was actually, saying about Yakubu, rather, was saying about the postponement of the election. And we're coming back to logistics, like he said. Now, there was something you said before we went on that break. This election has been known, the date has been known over a year ago. And for someone to wake up in the morning at probably 2:30 a.m. to tell the whole Nigerians that the election has been postponed because of logistics, where do we go from here? Because it is. You said it's a national embarrassment. The lecturer said the little patriotism in him died. If there are a lot of people like this who believe Nigeria could have a chance, and this happened on Saturday, where do we all go from here?
The truth, and I can tell you that for free, that from here we are going nowhere. Let us not behave as if this is the first election we are conducting as a nation. We've been conducting elections from 1999 in the recent history. But we know before then there have been 1979 and some others, 1993, then So this is not the first time, and it remains the same INEC, the same staff. We saw how we moved from 1999, 2003, 2007. Then by 2011, it appears we got it right under Jega. The same INEC, the same institution. What happened? Was it not the same staff?
You know, actually, this is not the first time election is being postponed in
I agree.
Nigeria.
I agree.
You know, and a lot of people we are saying that in 2011 election was postponed. 2015,
but not in this manner.
Yes, that's where I'm coming to. You know, why does it take them this long to wake up to postpone it? Because actually, some people got the information when they must have gotten to their polling units. You know, what's your take?
I think what happened is that the political class believed that with the continuous abuse of their powers and the obvious impunity that nobody questions in the country, that they can virtually get away with anything. So it is an insult on every Nigerian by the political class. Because the major players here, you can't blame the civil servants, but rather the political elites who control or who impose these individuals on these institutions. And definitely they pander to their, whims. And this is highly orchestrated. I don't believe that they are challenged in any way. I don't believe that INEC is challenged. Only that they have perhaps something they want to achieve. But seeing that the whole turnout of events is not favoring the strategy, they now have to cancel and then probably disrupt everybody and achieve their second game plan. That is the way I see it.
All right, now, Eloka, a lot of calls, the president, that's PDP presidential candidate, was appealing to Nigerians, not to lose hope, to come back. Some people traveled from far places down to their constituencies for this election. He was pleading that they should please not lose hope and then try to come back. Now let's begin to look at this, the effects this will have on Saturday's election. Do you really think our people will come back as they have done before, owing to our economy? Somebody may say, I spent a lot to, like somebody in Benue State actually came down from the US to vote. I watched the man live. The man was lamenting seriously. Do you think, going by the way they book tickets, their tickets, is it going to book again, and the entire Nigerians, what effect do you think this will have on them coming back to vote again this Saturday?
There will be economic implication, on the pockets of every Nigerian. Of course, I think there have already been news all over the place. How much Nigeria has lost, in terms of capital, considering the postponement, and they have been running in billions. Then the airlines and all that. Of course, rightly so. Then you don't talk about the people that left their base from different parts of the country to return to where they wanted to vote. How do you aggregate this? Would they have to wait between now and Friday, to vote again, or do they travel and return?
Let's see who's here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and your location, please. Please, in case you want to join this conversation, when you call, tune down the volume of your television set so we can get to communicate effectively. And of course, when you call, tell us your name and where you're calling from, then go straight to your point.
Okay,
right.
I will take that question. The effect. It will take up to 2 months, perhaps, to really compute the exact financial effect, psychological effect, social effect of this postponement. One, a lot of individuals, like already said in the papers and by my colleague here, that people made provisions, paid for hotels, booked for return tickets and so on and so forth. Then definitely they are not going to change that. They have to either incur another set of costs or forget about the elections. That is one. A lot of people prepared for this election. Some people borrowed money to prepare food, buy drinks in order to cater for people's needs during the election. And most of these things are on credit. How do you resolve that? You keep that. The list is endless. A lot of people postpone the activities, burials, weddings, and so on and so forth. They've committed people, they've engaged people.
All right, let's see them. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. My name is Mr. Donatus.
Donatus, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from North.
All right, go ahead.
Please, my own opinion is insult to every celebration. My own, I don't think that we have to reform okay, because if number one thing, if Nigerian government can listen to individuals or therefore they have to go back and listen to see all the damages. Life is involved because a country without looking for the life of people, they are going nowhere. Let them go down and see the masses and pay for their bills one by one. Let them go and count the whole people that wasted their money individually. So if I'm not going anywhere again.
All right, thank you very much, Donatus. But we are here to make it work for us. It's our nation, Nigeria. We can't just be angry and leave everything just like that.
You're saying something for the call.
You continue with the effect and the losses. You go back, you look at people who have committed funds, resources to people taking care of maybe events, programs, and activity. Will there be another postponement? How are you sure that it will not be scuttled again? The posters are out, the IVs are out, they've committed event managers and so on and so forth. Is a breach of contract? Who will take care of the costs? And so on and so forth. It has a lot of people took leave in order to take care of these things. A lot of manufacturing concerns closed down for this election. Will they continue to stay in a recess and suffer the economic brunt and so on and so forth? It is terrible.
Okay.
We're not leaving out our schools here. Though government
just
has
came
said
back,
that
from a protracted strike. Oh no, hoping to just, and it was extended another 1 week in order to accommodate the elections, and now it has to be extended another week. And we are not even yet sure what will play out.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, we just lost that.
But please, I told you earlier that when you want to call us, please tune down the volume of your TV set. Now, when you call, go straight to the point, your name, your location, and the point you want to make.
All right, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, your name and location.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're connected, your name and location.
My name is I'm calling from Navy.
I know you're calling from Navy. I didn't get your name. It's kind of breaking. Can you move away so we can...
Okay,
All right,
Marshall, you're
Marshall
welcome.
Onachuku. All right, go ahead from Navy. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm talking concerning the postponement of election.
All right.
As we see the condition that we are in Nigeria, the current government has given everyone the place. So how can you come in 2 a.m. midnight and postpone election? And everyone that has been putting everything in place, people that came from the north and everywhere to prepare for the election, and you wait until 2 o'clock midnight and postpone the election. It is unfair. It's unfair. And so it's a wickedness to all.
All right, thank you.
And this work that is coming on 24 has been said. We are not saying that it may not be good. It may not be good. Because this is a game plan by the current government. It's a game plan, and they want anything possible to reach the election. So that is what we are planning.
Thank you very much. Our first call. Okay, let's see who is here before we go on. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
All right. Our first caller from North, no, is it North here? North. There's something he said. I think he said out of anger that the government should pay the people. Should look for the people, everybody that traveled, that spent money to pay them back their money and stuff like that. And when you look at that comment, do you really think our people will come out en masse come 23rd of February to cast their votes?
Now let's take this call before then. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
All right, look, that question is for you.
I can only encourage the citizens of the country. Whatever happens, let's just put it aside as part of our sacrifice to a better Nigeria, and come out, as we've prepared, and vote, irrespective of whatever may have happened over the weekend. If we just put it aside and soldier on as if nothing happened. Okay. Because it is a battle of the soul, for the soul of the country.
All right, let me come over to you now, because I don't know, ever since this happened on Saturday, I think Nigerians and the federal government has taken this lightly. And, it happens now, postponement. Let's just do it, let the people, do we really care about them? Now, let's look at the man in charge, the chairman himself. Do you think with what has happened on Saturday, he should still retain his job? Because you just highlighted a whole lot that went down and went wrong as regards to this postponement. We're talking about people who probably left their various countries where they are probably trying to get a living back to Nigeria to vote. We're talking about offices that closed, schools, the economy, financial events everywhere and there. Everything was affected due to this postponement. Now, do you think the chairman should just come on national TV and tell us logistics were the reason why it postponed and we're just here watching him? Do you think he should still retain his job?
Basically, we know that if it were to be in the more advanced democracies, that the best thing for Professor Yakubu to do is to just resign, so that another person or persons will see the elections through. It is not an individual thing. I think his job at this point really is just to return the final results.
All right,
that is what I believe is the remaining job for him.
Okay.
The structures, everything is already set already. I believe so. So, but in Nigeria and Africa, we don't care. This impunity is always there. Somebody will sit tight and will refuse to abdicate any position, so to say, hoping that nothing will happen. And nothing will happen.
And indeed.
And not so, but...
all right, let's see who is here. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that.
So, I won't even bother to ask him to resign, because he will not resign. Even after this election, even if he goofed or we goof again, he will continue to sit tight. So that is what we get from Nigeria.
Now let's
continue.
You're saying something.
But I think from my interaction with most Nigerians, or people I've interacted with so far, Nigerians are resilient now and are quite ready. They will surprise the political class come whenever they will hold the elections.